What is going on, everybody? It is Big L here, and today we are bringing you the WPF Season 8 Gyarados League Draft Recap. Um, I know I kind of flirted with the idea of taking a season off after Season 7, but after we got eliminated from playoffs, the following week, I missed having a battle to prep for and play. And I really wanted to get back into draft. I don't know why. Usually after a season, especially the way we finished, I kind of feel like taking some time off. But I kind of had the itch to get back into it, and I was excited. After a couple weeks, taking a couple weeks off. And before I get into what we drafted, we were actually invited to be on the council this season, which was a new thing that Big Shane, T4U, and Panda decided to try this season, not year. Which was invite a few people who have been around for a while, maybe some people whose opinions they trusted. I think they said they were going to do a few different people every season. So it's not necessarily like, oh, if you weren't on it this time, then they don't respect you or anything like that. It was just, they're gonna change out some people every season from the sound of it, which is a cool idea. That way you get some different people's opinions in there every season, which I think is a cool idea. But we voted on things like tier changes, potentially adding things like we voted on Zamazenta Crowned, which did get unbanned. It was available this season. Speed boost on Blaziken, allowing Clangorous Soul on Como-O, Guerrilla Tactics on Darmanitan, things like that. Which is pretty cool. We also voted on things like Deoxys Speed, things like that. Unbanning Psychic Surge on Tapu Lele. But anyway, I'm not going to go into every single thing that we voted on. But that was a really cool thing that we got asked to do this season, which was pretty fun. We ended up getting the best pick that I've ever gotten in the WPF, and that is 5th. Normally we're middle, bottom, if not down near the very bottom in this league, which is cool. So it gives us some options. Give us an opportunity to maybe get one of the new toys. I really, really wanted to build around Deoxys Defense with Weavile. And if I couldn't get Deoxys Defense, I kind of wanted Tapu Fini with Weavile. I really, really wanted Weavile this season. If you were around in Season 3, you know that I used it with a lot of success in Season 3. And seeing it sit on the bench all last season kind of annoyed me. And I was like, you know what? It's time to maybe show the league that Weavile's really, really good Pokemon. And did we get it? We'll see. We'll find out. We'll get into the draft and we'll find out. Sorry if you hear some cars going by. It's hot in my apartment, but it's not hot enough. I really want to turn the air on yet. So I have the window open. And apparently the street outside my apartment is just the busiest street known to mankind at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a random Friday. But sorry if you guys hear that. So we're going to dive right into the draft. And with the 5th pick, we got Deoxys Defense. Now this thing is brand new to draft in our league. We actually didn't even vote on it. Panda was just like, yeah, this thing's unbanned. Which is very understandable. Whenever you look at it, low base HP with just 50, base attack of 70, but it's those defense stats that really, really set it apart. The base 160 in both, base 70 in both attack stats, and base 90 in speed, which can be, very, very surprising. Only has the one ability in pressure, but this thing is just a bulky tank that just lives hits for days. It gets recover, it gets teleport, it gets stealth rocks and not toxic spikes. So it can set up hazards, recover, teleport out, and get you into one of your really strong attackers for free. It's just a really, really nice Pokemon to have on your team, and I'm really, really looking forward to using it. It also gets, obviously as Deoxys, it gets Deoxys's signature move, which is Psycho Boost, which is a crazy powerful special psychic special move. I think it's like 140 base power, but it does drop your special attack by 2 stages. But it's something that if you want to surprise somebody, or if maybe you're in a pinch and you need to get some big damage off on something, even with very little investment to no investment, it still can do a really, really big chunk of damage. But normally the standard set on Deoxys is something like spikes, taunt, teleport, and I think recover. I think it's pretty standard. Uh, but we're gonna play around with it. I'm really looking forward to using this Pokemon. It's brand new in draft, and I'm really glad I got it. I was really worried that it wouldn't last until 5, because you know how Draft League is. Normally new toys kind of go quick, and this is one of the newest toys. But we got it, and I'm really excited. It was one of the 2 Mons I wanted to take first. I wanted to try to build around, like I said, with Weavile. And the other one that I wanted to potentially my backup was Tapu Fini, who actually went 3rd to Lucky. So the backup went first, and I was really nervous I wasn't going to get Deoxys. But we did, and that's fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to using it. And moving on to our next Pokemon, the Pokemon drafted second, we have Mega Diancie. This thing just comes in and nukes things with its sky-high special attack and attack stat, honestly. I didn't realize that the attack stat was that high whenever I drafted it. But the only stat that it has that's below base 110 is its HP, which is small. But you're not sending this thing in to live a whole lot of hits. You're sending it in to wreck things. It's got Magic Bounce, which is a hazard deterrent. If I've already got it Mega'd, it's going to make my opponent think twice before clicking any kind of hazards or any kind of status move, because I could just go into this and send it right back to them, which is really nice. Diamond Storm, its signature move, a really strong rock move that can boost your defense. Also gets lots of good setup options like Rock Polish to go super fast. Can also run Iron Defense with Body Press if you really want to. If you want to run a bulkier set that can still do a lot of damage. And after seeing how well T4U used it last season, I thought it would pair really well with Weavile. But unfortunately, Zyko sniped Weavile on the way back up, and we weren't able to get it. So we were kind of put on the back foot after Diancie. The draft kind of got away from me for a little bit after this, and I was really worried because my whole draft kind of predicated on I wanted to draft Weavile. I wanted Weavile again, but I think we salvaged it. So the next Pokemon I took is Silvally. It's a Pokemon I've wanted to use for some time. I always feel like it goes earlier than it should. Like, I feel like round 3 is probably really early for Silvally, but based on what was said in the chat after I took it, there's no way it was getting back to me. So I had to take it here. I was also considering Scolipede here because I wanted a really strong physical attacker. But Silvally's good. Like the RKS system means it can be any type, so you can plug and play it in a bunch of different roles every week, and you can bring a completely different set, completely different type every single week. It's fantastic. If you really feel like you need a poison type one week, you can bring it as a poison type. If you really feel like you need an extra dark type that week, you can bring it as a dark type. It's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to using it. It's U-turn and parting shot, gets defog, has a great move pool, special and physical. You can run Flame Charge Swords Dance to get a speed boost and get to +2 and really deal some damage. Base 95 stats across the board, which means it's not bad at anything, but it's not fantastic at anything. But that's fine. It's something that teams are going to have to prepare for every single week. They're going to have to prepare for, a lot of different types of Silvally every single week. And we don't have to prep against Silvally all season, which is really nice, because Silvally is a pain to prep for, because you never know which type is going to get brought. You never know which kind of set is going to get brought. Is it going to be a physical set with, like I said, that Flame Charge Swords Dance, multi-attack? Is it going to be a special set because it does get a really good special coverage with things like Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Ice Beam? It also gets Parting Shot, which is really nice. Something tries to come in to threaten it. You just get a nice parting shot out, lower its attack and special attack by 1 stage, and get into something that can handle it. So it's really, really, really good that way. You can use it a lot of different ways. I'm looking forward to trying it. It's another Pokemon I've never used before, which you're going to see is a theme on this team again. And, judging by last season, we had some success using a lot of mons we never used before, but Season 5 obviously didn't go that well. Using a lot of mons I never used before. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to this Pokemon again, and yeah, we're gonna move on to the next one, which is Mamoswine. I said that I was kind of considering Scolipede here. Scolipede got taken. It was another one of those Pokemon where it was like, it's either gonna go really quick or it's not gonna go. Scolipede got moved down to Tier 2 this season, so I figured there was a really good chance it went. But I'm not upset about getting Mamoswine. Mamoswine is really, really strong. And as you can see, base 110 HP, so it's got a lot of HP. Base 130 attack. So you slap a Choice Band on this boy, and Ground and Ice are 2 really good offensive stabs. And I'm really looking forward to using this, like Icicle Crash. It's got really good priority and priority Ice Shard. So if you really need to pick something off, you can bring it in. If you have a Choice Band on it, Ice Shard does some pretty good damage if you need it to. The Assault Vest set is good. Also, it gets Stealth Rock, so I have another Stealth Rocker, which is always nice. You can never have too many Stealth Rockers, in my opinion. Thick Fat ability means it basically doesn't have a fire weakness, and it basically means that Ice is not very effective. Because, Thick Fat does reduce the damage of incoming fire and ice attacks. Oblivious could be nice in certain situations, and Snow Cloak, but could work too. But I don't think a single Hail Setter got drafted. Maybe Vanillite Vanillux got drafted later. I'm not sure. But this is another Pokemon I'm excited to use. Also, the Assault Vest set can make it really, really bulky on the special side. But I'm really looking forward, and if you really want to, you can put a Choice Scarf on it in a certain week. Because base 80 speed with a Choice Scarf can be pretty fast. So again, another Pokemon I'm really looking forward to using. And we're going to move on. And here, I was planning to draft Vikavolt, but again, got sniped by Zyko Fool, who her and I had words in chat. But it's all in good fun. That's just part of drafting, And next, I took Araquanid. Another Pokemon I've wanted to try for some time. I really like the typing. Water Bug is really, really good typing defensively. Just wish it got some recovery other than Leech Life, or I think it gets Aqua Ring. I could be wrong. But, there was Urshifu Rapid Strike is in my division, so I really, really wanted something that could check that. I felt like getting something that could check that would be really, really important. And its base stats don't really tell the story of how good it is. I think this has the lowest base stat total of any Pokemon on my team. Which isn't bad. 454, if that's your lowest base stat total, you're not terrible. But it's a really good web setter, really bulky Pokemon, especially on the special side. Like I said, it can lunge. It gets things like lunge. Lunge lowers the opponent's attack. So if something wants to come in on it, like I have a Zeraora in my division. If Zeraora tries to come in on this and I click lunge, that really, really weakens the Zeraora, which is really, really nice. Because that thing can be a monster, really big problem to deal with. Sticky webs. I think sticky webs are going to be really big for me this season. I love my speed tiers. We'll go into that later. But this thing is mainly here to wall hits, and it with water bubble, it basically takes 0 damage from surging strikes, even if I don't have water absorb that week. And obviously bug resists fighting, so it resists fighting stab from Urshifu, which is the main reason I wanted this Pokemon particularly. I wanted webs, and I needed something that could handle Urshifu Rapid Strike, because now that Single Strike is gone, people are going to see, Urshifu Single Strike is really good too. It just kind of always gets overshadowed by how busted Single Strike is with Wicked Blow. And then after this, I think I decided, you know what, I need to work on my uh, Fairy Dragon Steel Core. I had my Fairy, I had Mega Diancie, and I was looking at dragons and I was looking at steel types, and I was just like, you know what, I really, really, really want to try Noivern. I've never tried it before. I wanted some speed. At this point, my fastest Pokemon was Diancie at 110, and I wanted something faster than that. I wanted something that could force those, base 130, 135 speed Pokemon to have to run timid. I think 110 forces that, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 110 that forces that or if it has to be 115. But with a base 123 speed, we do have something that can force some scarves. We do have some things that cannot force us to run scarves. Force things to run timid instead of modest, or jolly instead of adamant, which is really, really nice. And Noivern is a great pivot. You can lead it. It gets U-turn. You can frisk to see an item if you want. Infiltrator is also a really, really good ability to have. Makes people really want to think twice about maybe setting up a sub if they see a Noivern, especially if it's something that's weak to Noivern. I don't think we play. I don't think we play Bulu this season, but if we did play like a Tapu Bulu, or like I said, if we do end up having to face that Urshifu Rapid Strike, it's going to have to think twice about setting up a sub in front of us, because we could be Infiltrator, come in, hit a Hurricane, and it doesn't care that you're behind a sub, it just KOs you. And it's got pretty decent base stats across the board. Nothing fancy, nothing fantastic. But a base stat total of 535 isn't bad, and it can be run physical or special. I know its physical attack isn't the greatest. It's only base 70, but it's got a pretty decent physical move pool. Dual Wing Beat can be helpful if you want to surprise somebody. It's mainly going to be run as a fast pivot with some special attack. Like Specs Boom Burst can hit really hard. Took in Specs Hurricane, Specs Draco, obviously. It's another defogger. Heavy Duty Boots really, really helped this Pokemon. It no longer takes that damage, that chip, being a flying type. But really, really cool Pokemon, and I'm really excited to try it. I wanted some speed. I wanted a dragon. I feel like this is a good one for both. And we are 2/3 of the way through our Fairy Dragon Steel Core. And next, I had my eye on a couple Tier 1 Steel types. I realized later that Aegislash actually went in the second round. So that was out. And so I was like, okay, I kind of need to pull the trigger now. I didn't want to wait. Didn't want to get sniped again. Because if I didn't get this Pokemon, I honestly didn't see myself drafting a Steel type, because none of the lower tier Steel types really were on my radar. I didn't really think I really didn't think they fit. Like, I thought maybe like Cobalion or Lucario, but neither one of them really fit what I was hoping to do. I really wanted something that could just come in and wreck things. And I think you know where I'm going with this. A Tier 1 Steel that just comes in, clicks buttons, and destroys whatever is in its way. And that is Melmetal. We got the big lad himself, Melmetal. Look at that attack stat. Look at that HP stat. With Iron Fist, Double Iron Bash, a 143 base attack, Iron Fist boosted Double Iron Bash, destroys everything it hits. This thing comes in, it clicks buttons, and it destroys whatever's in its way. That's what it does. That's what Melmetal does. And that finishes off our Fairy Dragon Steel Core. We've got Mega Diancie, Noivern, and Melmetal. That's a fantastic Fairy Dragon Steel Core, in my opinion. This thing can eat hits for days on the physical side. The Assault Vest set means it can live, a lot of hits on the special side. Choice Banded, like I said, Choice Banded Double Iron Bash just hits everything hard. You've got ground, you got Earthquake if you want to be able to hit those fire types. I believe it gets superpower as well if you really want to nuke something. This thing just hits everything in its way really, really hard. I'm really looking forward to using it, and I'm ready to see what it can do. I'm ready to see what kind of damage we can do with it. After taking Melmetal, all I had left that I was able to pick were Tier 4s in my Tier 5. So next up, I was like, okay, I want to get my tier. I had a tier 5 in mind, and I noticed a couple tier 5s started going, so I knew I couldn't wait. The good tier 5s go quickly, and so I wanted to pull the trigger, and I drafted Tangela. Again, this was more of a I need something to hopefully deal with Urshifu Rapid Strike, but it also, with an Eviolite, you can see, its base stats. With an Eviolite, it can also tank hits from Coco pretty well on the special side, so I don't have to rely on something like Deoxys to take those, or I don't have to hope that maybe they don't bring Grass Knot for Mamoswine. So Tangela can come in on Coco if it needs to, and eat those special hits with the Eviolite. And also, its special attack is nothing to sneeze at. It's a pretty strong board. It's actually got the second highest special attack set on my team, behind Mega Diancie, which is absolutely crazy to me. I didn't even realize that until I was making these slides. I was like, holy crap. But Tangela comes in, it eats hits, it can Leech Seed, it can Sleep Powder, Giga Drain. It can be annoying. That's basically what it does. It just annoys people. And with Regenerator, it can switch out, get a good chunk of its health back the next time it comes in. And yeah, that's basically all Tangela does. It just annoys your opponent, and it's going to be great for helping me deal with Urshifu Rapid Strike as well. It means I don't have to rely on Araquanid to do that. I can run Araquanid for something else that week if need be, and I can run Tangela, or I can, maybe one week I want to run Spadef on Deoxys, and so I can focus on running Tangela defensive that week. And next up, we have Alolan Raichu. And again, this was a pick that was because I have to play Coco twice. I have to play Coco Mega Aerodactyl. Nothing on my team outspeeds Mega Aerodactyl. But Alolan Raichu in electric terrain definitely outspeeds Mega Aerodactyl. None of its stats are that impressive. Base 110 speed is good though, and that Surge Surfer ability means in electric terrain it's going twice as fast. If you give an Alolan Raichu a pair of choice specs in electric terrain, if you could take out the opponent's ground type, specs Rising Voltage coming at you super fast, it's gonna take some lives. It's gonna get some KOs. And most importantly, it's going to play some mind games. I think it's Mitty that has Coco and Mega Arrow. Now he's going to have to think twice whenever he preps for me, which we're going to have to prep for each other twice. He's going to have to think twice, like, hey, maybe I don't want to bring Coco this week, or maybe I don't want to bring Mega Aerodactyl with Coco this week. That's what I'm kind of hoping. I was surprised he didn't pick it up. He picked up regular Raichu. Because Alolan Raichu and Coco work really, really well together. Obviously, because you have two fast Pokemon that can abuse that electric terrain. But I knew I couldn't wait on this Pokemon. I love my boy Cinnabon. Alolan Raichu, I'm really excited to use him again. And yeah, so that's Alolan Raichu. Next up is Pangoro. I was considering drafting Hitmontop here, but I wanted a Dark type. I wanted to have a Pokemon that was immune to Prankster. I wanted to get another Pokemon that got knockoff. And Pangoro's a solid Pokemon. It's got base 124 attack. Pretty good. It's got pretty solid HP. It doesn't really have any bad stats except for special attack and speed. But you can make up for that speed. It gets Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, and Iron Fist makes it hit really hard. But if you want to run Mold Breaker or Scrappy, both of those are very, very solid as well. Scrappy lets it hit Ghost type moves with Fighting type moves, Ghost type Pokemon with Fighting type moves, which is really, really good ability. Gets pretty good coverage. The only thing you got to look out for is Fairy types. But again, you can surprise us. It gets Bullet Punch, so if they're lower in health, You can maybe get off a nice bullet punch. You can run a bulky set with a sub, or you can run a more offensive set with like a life orb or a choice band or something. Choice band, a choice band like bullet punch would eat a lot of weaker fairies alive. Can just hit a lot of Pokemon really, really hard. And I'm really looking forward to trying this Pokemon out. And like I said, I want another knockoff Pokemon. And it gets Parting Shot. Parting Shot, again, as I said with Silvally, really, really nice pivot move to weaken a Pokemon so you can get, a better matchup with one of your other Pokemon and do some damage with them. And last but not least, we have Flareon. This was mainly, I needed a fire type. I wanted to finish my Fire, Water, Grass core. And I wanted something that got Wish. I know it's not the best Wish passer, but it's a Wish passer. I was thinking about maybe Licky Licky here, but I wanted a fire type. And its base stats aren't bad. It's got good Spadef, good attack. So if I feel like that Toxic Orb Gut set would work really well, it's got a really strong physical attack set, especially after it gets boosted by Guts. So you can run Guts boosted. Flare Blitz can hit a lot of things really, really hard from this Pokemon. And it also got access to things like Scorching Sands, Burning Jealousy. So it's no longer walled by things like rock types. It can get that Scorching Sands off. And let me go to the dock real quick. Let me pause and I'll get everything set up and we'll get right back into it. So here's the whole squad. Sorry about that little break there. I had to resize my screen. So here's the whole squad. I really, really like it. I think we got a good chance. I don't think we're gonna be ranked that high in like preseason power rankings. If you know me, I'm not someone who puts a lot of stock in power rankings. They are what they are. They're a good way to give people something to talk about. Once you start playing games, though, you'll see who's playing well with their mons, who's playing well with their teams. I think we got a chance here to really pull something off with this team. We've got a really, really tough division, though. The Critic is the only one in our division that people don't really know that well. TRT, who is a friend of the channel, he had to take a break this season, unfortunately. I was really looking forward to seeing him in Gyarados League because I think he's really, really good. But TRT and him are friends, and TRT has nothing but praise for Critic, so I know he's a good player. TRT is not just going to say this guy's a good player, a really good player, and him not be good. So we've got the Critic. We've also got Mitty, who he's been around the WPF for some time. He's always right there. He's always got a scary team, and he's been in the finals before. He's always in playoffs or right there. And he had a team that really couldn't really figure out last season. So we didn't have the best season. I guarantee you, he is looking to have a bounce back season, and he drafted a super scary team. Like I said, he's got Coco, Mega Aerodactyl. He's got Urshifu Rapid Strike, Tangrowth. Super, super scary team. It's going to be really, really hard playing that twice. And the last member of our division is Pardis V, who is another guy that he's been around the WPF for a long time. He's won the WPF twice. So you don't do that unless you're a really, really good player. We were fortunate enough to get a win over him and Mitty last season. But, different season, different teams. It's going to be tough. We got one of the stronger divisions, I feel. And, the other division in our conference is really strong, too. I don't remember who all's in it. I know T4U's in it. He's widely regarded, one of the best players in the league. So, yeah, that's the team. That's the whole squad. We've got a tough division. But I think we got a good chance. I really think we got a good chance to maybe prove some people wrong. Again, I said that last season. Some people were kind of doubting our team last season, and even though we didn't have the strongest finish, we had a really, really strong start. and we kind of like turned some heads. I don't see myself getting moved off of third shift. And like I said, like in my comeback to recording video, like when I'm on second shift, my motivation kind of goes to shit. I'm not trying to make excuses for what happened last season, but if I'm on third shift, if I'm in the right mindset and I'm prepping well, playing well, I feel like I can beat anybody. You know, and I feel like this team is good enough that it can beat any team. I wouldn't be surprised though if I went like 2-10. You know, the Gyarados League is strong top to bottom. There's no such thing as a free win in Gyarados League. So however the power rankings shake out, I think Panda's doing rankings this year, and then Lucky and Nolan are planning on doing theirs again this year. So please go check those out. I'll have a link to all of the other content creators down below, like usual. But that's our team. I might go over our schedule between now and when the first week starts. I think I play Pardis week 1, which is interesting because we're going to be at Indy next week. So I might get to see my week 1 opponent face to face. We'll see how that works out. We'll see if we're able to make that work next week. But that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna make some changes to how I present my battle content this season. I'm probably not gonna do a dedicated team builder video. I'll probably just do a quicker team builder and then just add that before I do the battle. And then we'll just go straight from the team builder into the battle. Just kind of combine them into one video. I know that people don't really care about the team builders as much as they care about the battles. I mean, I'm one of those people too. I don't really care to watch team builders separately. I just feel like recording them helps me understand the team I'm bringing better. Because, you know, if you're going to talk about a team for 20 minutes, you need to understand it. You need to understand why you're bringing things, what those things do. And I feel like it made me play better. So that's the main reason I kept doing them, even though I know people don't really care about them that much. So I do want to keep doing them, but I'll probably do them in a different capacity. Just a quicker, like, hey, boom, boom, boom. This is why I'm bringing it. This is what I'm bringing. This is why I'm bringing it. Just quick. Make a couple points on each mon, and then boom, right into the battle. And then there we go. So I'll probably do that. And we're going to be doing regular uploads. Again, I still have my coach interview with Big Boss coming up. We're going to record that later tonight. And I'll probably upload this today. I'll probably upload that on Sunday. I was going to do it the other way around. I was going to record this today, upload it on Sunday. But I think I'll do it the other way around since this is already done. I'll probably go ahead and upload this today and then go ahead and upload the interview with Big Shane on Sunday. So hopefully keep a lookout for that. I know people have liked that series, and I'm going to keep it going after next season. Big Shane is going to be my last one for this season. So if I didn't get to you, if you reached out, I didn't get to you, I ran out of time. Sorry about that. But we're going to get to you. I'm going to do it again after this season. And I'm looking forward to talking to more people. I've really, really enjoyed doing that series. And I want to keep it going. So if you reached out and I didn't get to you, I might have forgotten for a little bit, but don't get too bummed out. There were multiple people that I didn't get a chance to get to, and I really, really want to get to them. It's just gonna have to wait till next season. So keep an eye out for that. That's gonna come back. WPF Season 8 content is gonna be coming, and hopefully we can have another good season. Hopefully we can do a little bit better than we did. I know I said last season, before the season, I would take 6-6 in a playoff berth. I want to do better than that this season. You know, I want to maybe win my division. I want to win my first playoff game in the WPF. Every time I've made playoffs, I've lost 1-0 to the eventual champion. So it's kind of a bummer. All we can do is keep playing these really good players tough and doing some good prep and seeing how it works out. But that's going to do it for me today. If you like this, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe leave a comment, see how you think our team stacks up. I'm going to leave links down below in the description to all the content creators in the WPF. And I will catch you guys later. Have a good one.